Have you ever pondered on the most exciting part of school? Well, for our beloved Hibiki Sakura, it's the after-school snack session, just like any other day. Hibiki indulges happily in her snack time. However, her friend suddenly asks her if she's aiming for a curvier look. This question jolts Hibiki into the realm of reality, and she starts to panic about her size. She rushes back home, where she encounters the harsh truth from the weight scale. This eye-opening incident prompts Hibiki to make a decision. She resolves to start a diet, with the intention of beginning her weight loss journey the following day. In the following week, Hibiki started on a new fitness regimen, starting with jogging around her neighborhood. However, her enthusiasm waned, and after just 2 days, she promptly quit. She decided to switch to home strength training for a few days, but soon realized that she lacked the motivation to work out alone. Left with no other options, Hibiki makes her way to the Silverman Gym. There, she has an unexpected encounter with Ikmi Saoryuin, a girl known for her black hair and alluring blue eyes, making her the symbol of perfection in school. Moments later, the receptionist led the two girls to the entrance. As the gates slid open, an impressive display of bulging muscles came into view, instantly striking fear into Hibiki. She had assumed Silverman to be one of those trendy health clubs for the aesthetically inclined. While this realization churned inside her, the receptionist went on to explain that Silverman is renowned for training international bodybuilders and martial artists. As she continued to boast about the gym's credentials, Hibiki discreetly signaled to Akemi, hoping to make a quick escape. However, Akemi, on the other hand, was captivated by the sight of all the muscles and appeared to be drooling. She promptly signed up for a membership while Hibiki made an attempt to slip away. But just as Hibiki thought she was in the clear, Naruzu Mashio, a trainer at Silverman's, caught her attention. In the end, it turned out that all it took to keep Hibiki at the gym was some pretty hair and a clean tracksuit. Hibiki's workout journey begins with what she initially believes to be an easy bench press. As she begins her set, she quickly discovers that working out feels more like self-inflicted torture, causing her to question why she is paying for it. Meanwhile, Akemi effortlessly displays her skills by lifting double the weight Hibiki manages. Discouraged, Hibiki finds herself sitting in a corner. However, Mashio offers words of encouragement and reveals that even professionals have a starting point. The next day after class, Hibiki receives a pointed comment about her clothes seeming ready to burst, which serves as the much-needed motivation to return to the gym. Upon her arrival, Mashio prepares her for some half squats. Unfortunately, after a few repetitions, her legs begin to feel numb. In the midst of this struggle, Akemi points out that consistent squat will result in attractive bottom and thighs, sparking a fire under her. With another day of working out behind them, Hibiki and Akemi walk back to their homes. During their journey, Hibiki reveals that she consumes 4 to 5 full meals a day. This revelation excites Akemi, who has always aspired to become strong and bulky. It is at this moment that Hibiki realizes she may have joined the wrong gym. The following morning, Hibiki enters the Silverman Gym and finds herself alone in the changing room. Temptation gets the better of her, and she decides to step onto the scale, hopeful that she must have lost some weight. However, as she steps on the scale, Hibiki is shocked to see that her weight has increased. Instantly, panic sets in, and she rushes into the gym, explaining the entire situation to Mashio and Akemi. At first, upon seeing her state, they believe Hibiki may have suffered an injury. But after calmly hearing everything, Mashio interrupts her, explaining that gaining weight is normal since her muscles are getting stronger. To clarify things, Mashio switches on his informative mode and goes on to explain that two people, despite being opposite in body type, can weigh the same due to differences in muscle volume and bone density. He also cautions the girls against extreme diets or shortcuts, as these approaches can hinder muscle growth and lower metabolism rates. Attentively listening to each word, Hibiki begins to calm down and becomes motivated to continue her exercise regimen. After an intensive workout session, the two girls visit Mashio's protein bar, where he serves them an exquisite protein shake to heal the tears in their muscle. Later, Hibiki takes Akemi to a steakhouse. There, she joyfully fills up her gluttonous belly, not realizing that there are other reasons she is not losing weight. The following morning, Akemi excitedly calls Hibiki, inquiring about her plans to arrive at the gym. However, Hibiki, feeling a bit burned out, tells her friend that she intends to stay indoors for the rest of the day. As the more fitness-focused of the two, Akemi refuses to accept this and persuades Hibiki to join her for a light workout by the pool. Upon reaching the pool, Akemi showcases her unique talent, a body psychic of sorts. She gazes at various girls and determines the workouts they prefer. However, moments later, when she spots Hibiki stretching before jumping into the pool, Akemi's demeanor instantly changes. She reveals that stretching can actually tighten muscles instead of aiding in their loss. Furthermore, stretching right before a workout session can reduce muscle strength by 5.5%. In place of stretching, Akemi presents an alternative warm-up plan that Hibiki can easily perform. Unfortunately, Their swimming session takes an unexpected turn when Hibiki accidentally rips her clothes while engaging in dynamic stretching exercises. Later that day, Hibiki pays a visit to her best friend Ayaka Yuhara, whom she first met in school. Their instant connection over shared love of action movies led them to decide on binge-watching an entire Arnold Schwarzenegger movie franchise. However, their movie marathon gets unexpectedly interrupted when Ayaka's elder sister, Nana, requests Ayaka's help with the family business in exchange for some extra pocket change. Left with no other option, Ayaka apologizes to Hibiki and asks her to patiently wait. But before leaving, Hibiki expresses her interest in the family business, believing it could be fun. As she enters the estate, Hibiki's eyes widen with shock as she never expected Ayaka and her sisters to be part-time boxing coaches at their father's boxing gym. After Ayaka completes her coaching session, she demonstrates various exercises to Hibiki for building better abdominal muscle, but Hibiki finds them quite challenging. In the end, Nana encourages her to don boxing gloves and take a shot at the punching bag. To everyone's utter shock, Hibiki's punch sends the punching bag flying off its chains. The following morning at their academy, the world history teacher, Satomi Takabana, found herself feeling down about the few extra pounds she'd recently gained. In search of a remedy for her distress, one of the teachers in the staff room recommended enrolling at the Silverman Gym, given its global presence. With hopes of achieving a more appealing physique, Satomi decided to visit the Silverman Gym. However, her worst nightmare soon became a reality as she unexpectedly encountered both Hibiki and Akemi at the gym. Despite their immense excitement at seeing their teacher there, Satomi felt profoundly embarrassed by the situation. Initially, she had plans to make a hasty exit and escape the awkward scenario. Her thoughts were leaning in that direction until her gaze fell upon Mashio, the fitness enthusiast. Just like any other woman, she was instantly charmed by his appealing appearance, including his stylish hair and sleek tracksuit. A few moments later, Satomi tries to skip her training session by claiming she's sore from her home strength training. However, Mashio is too sharp to fall for that excuse. Instead, he instructs Satomi to start with a set of curls. As she struggles to complete her rep, Hibiki and Akemi notice a tan on her belly button, sparking their curiosity. They persistently inquire about its origin, putting Satomi in a state of panic. Fortunately, Mashio steps in like a knight in shining armor to rescue her, advising the young girls to respect personal boundaries and not delve into such matters. After a grueling workout session, the girls bid farewell to their teacher, hoping she continues her membership at the gym. It's at this moment that Satomi wonders why she panicked at their earlier question. She realizes that her true secret, the world of cosplay, is still concealed. Turns out, Satomi is, in fact, a famous cosplayer, striving to shed some weight before her next big event. The following morning, Akemi joins Hibiki and Ayaka for lunch. Just as everyone takes out their lunch boxes, Hibiki reveals a giant meal that could easily feed a whole sports team. In her defense, Hibiki explains that she is skipping breakfast and dinner altogether in an attempt to lose weight efficiently. Her comment triggers another one of Akemi's diet lessons. Akemi goes on to explain that eating a heavy meal on an empty stomach causes a rise in blood sugar levels and an increase in insulin production. This excess insulin transports calories to various muscles, resulting in weight gain, a method used by sumo wrestlers. She further advises that if Hibiki wants to lose weight, she should eat more frequently. However, Hibiki seems to have misunderstood the advice. A few days later, at an event, Satomi confidently and elegantly displayed herself for her fans and photographers. But as the spotlight falls on Mashio, who is cosplaying as the famous Muscle King from a popular manga, everything changes. As Mashio embraces his character, photographers rush towards him, making him an overnight internet sensation. Satomi, who has been diligently struggling at the gym, finds herself overshadowed. Half of the summer break passes by, and Hibiki, still single, finds herself back at the gym. As she strolls to the entrance, performing dynamic stretching, she encounters Akemi, standing still in shock. Curious, Hibiki peeks inside the gym and discovers that it's packed with newbies eager to get shredded before the summer break ends. Some are there to find romantic partners, while others simply seek the relief of the air conditioning. Initially, Akemi and Hibiki had planned to do chest training. However, their enthusiasm wanes as they see that all the free weights and cardio machines are occupied. Disheartened, they begin to prepare to head back home, but Mashio isn't letting them off the hook that easily. He introduces the chest press machine, which primarily activates the chest muscles. Hearing this, Akemi reveals her skepticism about using machines for their workouts and explains the disadvantages. Mashio intervenes with his counter-narrative, asserting that machines are their friends, not their enemies. He goes on to explain that machines can provide a more controlled and relaxed workout compared to free weights. Thus, switching from free weights to machines from time to time offers the best of both worlds. As they wrap up their chest training, the rush hour of prime time at the gym comes to an end, allowing them to resume their normal workouts. A few moments later, Ayaka makes a sudden appearance at the gym and explains that Silverman and their Glory Gym have decided on a collaboration. As a result, she will be a coach at the gym for a while. The following day, Akemi joins up with her new squad for an exciting workout session. However, all their dreams come crashing down as all fitness facilities in the area suddenly close for the day. With no other options left, Akemi takes them to her mansion, where they discover a DVD that turns out to be a hidden gem. After reviewing it for a while, the girls decide to attempt dips. Each of them easily completes reps of 10. And upon seeing this, Akemi plans to take things up a notch. However, things take an unexpected turn when the chairs shatter due to the excess weight carried by Hibiki. The following day, the squad, along with Satomi, eagerly heads to the beach, excited to finally earn some compliments from attractive guys. However, as they step onto the beach, they receive disappointing news from the locals. The beach is closed for the entire year due to strange sightings of sharks. The girls are disheartened by this unexpected turn of events, as they were hoping to receive some flattering remarks. However, Akemi steps in and suggests that the squad should do reps of burpees to lift their spirits. Energetic once again, the girls spend the whole afternoon engaging in burpee exercises. As evening approaches, they start sprinting on the beach, making the most of the opportunity. After a few days, the summer break comes to an end, and the second semester of school begins. In class, the teacher announces that all students must participate in the upcoming sports festival. What sets this event apart is that this time, the leaders will be selected through a lottery system rather than by popular vote. This change aims to ensure that every student has an equal chance to become an event leader. To the astonishment of everyone, the teacher writes Hibiki's name on the board as the leader for the relay race, taking everyone by surprise. In a state of panic, she rushes to the gym along with the entire squad. Hibiki, worried sick, explains the situation to Mashio, revealing her concerns about her small legs not being suitable for sprinting compared to Akemi and Ayaka. However, Mashio calmly reassures her. He explains that she can increase her speed and get the curves in the right places by doing leg curls. Satomi is the first to use the machine and struggles to complete 10 repetitions, while Hibiki is fired up, ready to give it her all. Her intense enthusiasm leaves the others wondering why she is so determined to win the race. Little do they know her objective is entirely different. All Hibiki wants is a pair of juggernauts that will captivate the crowd. After finishing their workouts, the trio walks back home, but Hibiki's muscles are sore from the earlier exercise, and she ends up collapsing on the street. And just like that, the day of the sports festival arrives, with every class engaged in fierce competition. As the festival reaches its final event, the relay race, Hibiki's class finds themselves in the last position. Fortunately, the teacher reveals that winning the race could lead to an overall victory. Determined, Hibiki and Akemi stand side by side in the leading positions, each representing their own classes. Hibiki glances over at Akemi, recalling how diligently she practiced during after hours. Moments later, the race begins, and runners start passing the relay baton to their leads. However, in a fumble, the relay slips out of a Class B student's hand, forcing Hibiki to pick it up and costing them precious seconds. Undeterred, she sprints forward, showcasing her hard work and leaving a lasting impression on Akemi. Despite her valiant effort, the earlier setback proves to be too much to overcome, and Hibiki's class ultimately loses the race. A few days later, at the gym, the squad receives one raffle ticket each from Mashio to celebrate the gym's 6-month anniversary. Excited for the raffle, all the girls head to the dressing room. There, they decide to use their extra time to enjoy the sauna. As they relax in the sauna, Hibiki proposes a bet involving their raffle tickets. She suggests that they compete to see who can stay in the sauna the longest, taking on a challenge reminiscent of Mr. Beast. Determined, the squad agrees and the competition begins. After a grueling 30 minutes, Hibiki emerges as the victor. On the day of the anniversary, Hibiki wins 4 Silverman Gym suits. Despite her victory, she decides to give them to Akemi, who surprisingly seems quite excited to receive them. On another day at the gym, Satomi diligently works on her pull-ups. The rest of the squad arrives, their attention focused on the upcoming arm wrestling tournament. Despite the distraction, Mashio remains undeterred, even by a cute blondie. He politely requests that Satomi finish her reps. Mashio then shifts his attention to the 3 girls, emphasizing the upcoming arm wrestling tournament, exclusively for gym members. He advises them to sign up and has even set up a practice table for their training. This gesture encourages Hibiki and Ayaka to step into the spotlight. As Mashio explains the rules and kicks off the match, Hibiki unleashes her inner strength, displaying a burst of power that allows her to swiftly defeat Ayaka, leaving the crowd in shock. This spectacle fuels Akemi's competitive spirit, and she steps up to challenge Hibiki. Unexpectedly, Mashio intervenes, stepping forward to face Hibiki instead. With a determined look in his eyes, he seizes Hibiki's hand and swiftly defeats her. A few days later, the day of the tournament arrives. Several strong male members from around the world sign up to compete. However, Mashio reveals that only 2 females, including Hibiki, have joined the tournament. As a result, they will directly compete for the winning prize. As the girls take the stand, the host introduces Hibiki and her opponent, Gina Boyd, a renowned arm wrestler hailing from Russia. Initially, fear strikes into Hibiki's heart, but the sight of her opponent's grin provides the motivation she needs to face her head-on. The 2 girls step into the ring, locking hands, with Mashio acting as the referee. With the match initiated, Hibiki's overwhelming strength proves victorious, despite Gina's unparalleled experience. The next day, Hibiki and her squad walk to school in a celebratory mood. However, their joy takes an unexpected turn when they encounter Gina outside their school. She reveals her decision to join their school, introducing herself boldly in class and challenging Hibiki to an arm wrestling match. Akemi quickly points out that Hibiki attends Class B, leaving Gina in an awkward position. As the school day ends, Hibiki calmly makes her way back home. Upon entering her house, she spots an unfamiliar pair of shoes. In an instant, she rushes to her room and discovers Gina, who refers to her as sister. The following morning, in class, Hibiki expresses her surprise upon learning that Gina will be staying at their house as part of a homestay program. She compliments Gina for mastering their language in such a short time. When she inquires about how Gina accomplished this feat, Gina reveals that she learned Japanese through watching anime. After their classes, Gina learns that Silverman Gym will be closed for the day. Seeing her disheartened expression, Hibiki extends an invitation to Gina and the others to visit her brother's hotel. Turns out, Hibiki works there as a waitress, and it's a chance for them to enjoy a meal. As the 3 girls savor their meal, Gina wonders if Hibiki's incredible strength is somehow related to her protein intake. Just as she begins to ponder, Mashio and Takabana take over and start an infotainment class, explaining the benefits of consuming various cuts of meat. They emphasize the importance of buying imported cuts of meat, which are more accurate than local cuts. The scene then shifts as Hibiki takes a little break to enjoy her meal. Gina, on the other hand, keenly observes the amount of protein Hibiki consumes daily. She is left in utter shock upon witnessing Hibiki's diet. After lunch, Hibiki plans to resume working, but Akemi shares some fantastic news. She reveals that the school board will cover her gym membership since it's considered an additional form of study. This news delights Hibiki, as it significantly increases her budget for food. The following morning in Class A, Gina notices a mole under Satomi's left eye that matches the famous cosplayer she saw online and quickly deduces her secret identity. After class, she confronts Satomi about it, which terrifies Satomi to the point of begging for the preservation of her reputation. She even agrees to become Gina's slave, leaving Gina to wonder what terrible experiences Satomi might have endured in the past. However, Gina reassures her, expressing her admiration and vowing never to harm her reputation. After school, Gina and Satomi skip gym to engage in a personal photo shoot. Later, they plan to visit Akira, well known for idol concerts. On their way, Gina notices Satomi's fatigue from her recent workout and advises her to engage in active rest. Moments later, Gina reveals that she signed up for an idol audition at Akira without their consent. A few days later, Gina, along with the rest of the squad and some of their gym members, auditions in Akihabara. Their strength training performance leaves the judge questioning his life choices. However, the crowd goes wild, as there were no exciting performances up to that point. The following morning, in the teacher's lounge, Ikasha Kura and Rumika Aina both invite Satomi to join them for dinner. However, due to her after-class training session, she declines their invitation and leaves the school. Suddenly, both teachers jump to a conclusion, suspecting that Satomi might be in a secret relationship. Moments later, Rumika discovers Satomi's gym membership card. The 2 teachers decide to visit the gym to return Satomi's membership ID and take advantage of the free training session, effectively killing 2 birds with 1 stone. When they arrive at the gym, Satomi receives an unpleasant surprise upon seeing her colleagues. Their surprise turns to shock when they also spot their own students at the gym. Satomi takes it upon herself to explain that they have been diligently training. A while later, Mashio introduces himself to the 2 new guests and begins their training session. During their workout, Ikasha astounds everyone by lifting an incredible amount of weight, earning a compliment from Mashio himself. After their training session, the 2 new members bid farewell to the squad. As they walk away, Satomi inquires why Gina has been quiet the whole evening. Gina reveals that now the squad can re-audition for the show, as they have recruited 2 new members. And just like that, the month of November arrives, bringing with it the much-anticipated field trip. All 3 teachers, along with their classes, embark on a journey to Mount Kyuji, infamous for its nickname as the Mountain of the Dead. This revelation casts a somber tone over the mountain, sending shivers down the spines of the students. However, Yakusha assures everyone that they will be safe as long as they are cautious. With the briefing completed, the hike commences. Several students, including Akemi and Ayaka, take the lead with Yakusha, while Rumika, Satomi, and Hibiki find themselves trailing at the back, feeling exhausted. Observing their fatigue, Yakusha decides to conduct a 5-minute hiking crash course, explaining the proper way to ascend the mountain. This guidance proves beneficial for everyone on the scene, but due to the earlier setbacks, Hibiki and her group of teachers lag behind. As Hibiki's group continues walking a little further, they reach a junction point. Due to their lack of awareness, they take the wrong route. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack arrives just in time for lunch. However, Ayaka notices that Hibiki's group is missing. On the other hand, Satomi and the others come across a giant tree and decide to climb it for a better view. At the top of the tree, Ayaka and the others enjoy a sizzling BBQ while watching Hibiki and her group hopelessly struggling to climb the tree. By the time they realize the situation, lunchtime has already passed. The following day, Mashio assembles the squad, explaining that they will be focusing on their back muscles, which happen to be the largest muscles in the body. He delves deep into the fundamentals of back training, providing a crash course. Satomi takes notice of Mashio's exceptional ability to explain things, even for newcomers like them. Ayaka chimes in, revealing that Mashio has studied sports theory in America, making him truly exceptional. Their light-hearted banter continues until Mashio suddenly senses something amiss. A chill runs down his spine, and his chest twitches. His gaze shifts forward, where he spots a giant, muscular man exuding an overpowering aura. The man is none other than Barnold Schwarzenegger, who also happens to be Mashio's personal coach. Ayaka and Hibiki are in awe, realizing they are sharing the same air as the legendary Barnold. However, the rest of the squad is unaware of his imposing stature and fame. Amidst the excitement, Mashio calmly approaches Barnold and inquires about his unexpected appearance at the gym. He then expresses his dissatisfaction with Barnold for not staying in touch. In his defense, Barnold explains that he had a valid reason for his unavailability, which adds a layer of tension and drama to the atmosphere. Everyone's expectations rise as they eagerly await the revelation of this important reason. However, as the suspense builds, Barnold humorously reveals that his phone had fallen into a swimming pool, leaving everyone both surprised and relieved. At this point, 2 passionate fans of Barnold interrupt the conversation to defend their idol and inquire about Mashio's reasons for seemingly abandoning his mentor. As a fellow muscle enthusiast, Mashio opens up and shares his own mishap, admitting that he accidentally shattered his phone while attempting a flex shot. With the misunderstanding cleared up, Barnold presents Mashio with a hand grip featuring the 3rd most formidable resistance. However, for someone like Mashio, this challenge is a mere trifle, and he effortlessly crushes the life out of the grip without breaking a sweat. Impressed by his students' extraordinary strength, Barnold reveals that there will be a bodybuilding competition the following day, and he expects Mashio to participate. The following morning, the girls make their way to the competition site, where they are granted VIP seats perched on Barnold's broad shoulders. From their privileged vantage point, they behold the awe-inspiring and colossal physiques that these strong men have honed over years of dedication and hard work. Yet, even amidst this display of might, none can compare to Mashio's unparalleled physique. Witnessing his incredible build, all the competitors in the event kneel down and acknowledge Mashio as their new champion. After the competition, Barnold discloses that this event was merely a test, and the real competition will take place in Las Vegas. However, Mashio decides to decline the opportunity to compete in the upcoming event, citing the dedication of his many loyal clients who rely on him for their workouts. As December arrives, the girls find themselves once again single, observing enviously as couples revel in the Christmas spirit. Not having any romantic plans, they decide to head to the gym instead. There, Satomi shares their current situation with Mashio, who initially tries to lift their spirits with some strength training. However, with their petite biceps proving ineffective, he unveils a poster advertising the Christmas party, a gathering for all the gym members. He mentions that many college guys will be in attendance, often working out at different times. On the day of the party, the girls dress up in cosplay and prepare to mingle with the boys. Ayaka notices Akemi's subtle glances at Mashio. Soon, they all introduce themselves to various boys they've met. As they reconvene after their endeavors, Akemi asks if anyone has managed to secure workout dates. This question unveils the squad's shyness and uncertainty in the realm of romance. As they continue their conversation, the lights suddenly go out, and Mashio takes the stage to announce the winners of the raffle, rather than drawing lots conventionally. he opts for a more unique method of revealing the winners. To everyone's surprise, Satomi secures the top prize, winning 2 Destinyland tickets. On their way back home, Aikmi gathers her courage and asks Satomi to lend her the 2 tickets, expressing her desire to invite Mashio to the amusement park. This revelation leaves the squad in shock. The next day, Hibiki, Gina, and Satomi decide to spy on Aikmi and Mashio, with Ayaka unable to join them due to prior commitments. Aikmi and Mashio thoroughly enjoy themselves, eventually stepping into an empty tent. Intrigued, Hibiki and Gina decide to follow them inside. To their surprise, they find the pair in their cosplay costumes. Aikmi then explains that they were planning to attend a cosplay festival as their favorite characters. Meanwhile, outside the tent, Satomi, who had become separated from Hibiki and Gina, has her own chance encounter with Rumika. Eventually, the two agree to forget about their encounter and pretend that they had never met. On the night of the new year, the squad gathers to make their way to the shrine, while the elderly are toasting to the occasion, enjoying their drinks. Ayaka and Aikmi lead Hibiki and Gina to a hidden shrine located at the top of the mountain. At the starting point of the stairs, Aikmi reveals that the shrine belongs to the god of muscles, making it a fitting start to their journey. However, Hibiki isn't too thrilled about it initially. Just then, Gina does a quick internet search and discovers that the shrine is also known for the god of romance. This revelation sparks excitement in Hibiki, and she eagerly anticipates reaching the top. Her enthusiasm doesn't necessarily translate into an abundance of stamina, though. Nevertheless, with determination and perseverance, they make their way to the summit. There, they find a group of muscular individuals fervently paying their respects to the great muscle god, Mashio. Hibiki is taken aback by Mashio's attire, which irritates her, but soon, one of the Silverman Gym members reveals an interesting detail. Mashio's family owns the shrine, and he also serves as a priest. The following day, as all the local training facilities remain closed due to the New Year holidays, Mashio is occupied with a holy muscle god ritual. In this fitness downtime, Gina suggests they have a free workout session at the park, making use of common accessories. However, upon entering the park, Gina quickly realizes the cultural differences between Europe and Japan. Nevertheless, the girls refuse to give up and engage in unconventional exercises utilizing their own body weight. As they continue their workout, the entire neighborhood becomes curious and starts to watch, essentially turning into unintentional spectators. Feeling like they're under a microscope, the squad decides to make a discreet exit from the park. In the evening, Gina proposes that they should retry their audition, this time at a hidden talent show. Upon entering the audition hall, Gina informs the host that they intend to break a world record that would take approximately an hour to accomplish. This revelation worries the host and the judge, fearing the audience wanted the patience to wait. The squad decides to adapt and perform the wrestler's bridge instead. To everyone's astonishment, Satomi creates an arch bridge by placing her neck on the ground, and Ayaka sits on the bridge. After the performance, the judge realizes that their channel's ratings have skyrocketed, boasting a 100% retention rate. Seeing this success, the president insists that they sign the girls before another party snatches them away. The day before spring break, Hibiki and the squad head to Silverman Gym, where they receive exciting news about the new spring vacation event happening on Muscle Island. Mashio explains that Ayaka, Gina, and the trio of teachers have already signed up for this special occasion. However, Aikmi mentions that she has some unfinished council work to attend to, and Hibiki claims she needs to catch up on her action movies. Upon hearing this, Mashio expresses his disappointment, informing them that the island would be filled with a multitude of guys. Faced with the prospect of missing out, Aikmi and Hibiki quickly change their minds and eagerly sign up. Upon reaching the island, Gina feels dizzy, unaccustomed to the hot weather since she hails from cold Russia. In an attempt to cool down, she jumps into the ocean. A little while later, Mashio makes his entrance, holding a massive melon and flexing his trapped muscles as he juggles it. Just as they are enjoying themselves, the talent show kicks off. The host announces that the winner will be crowned and receive a protein set along with the previous competition footage. After several acts, the host calls Aikmi onto the stage, where she showcases her impressive physical strength by performing handstand push-ups. Later, it's Hibiki's turn to take the stage. She dons her boxing gloves and, with a single punch, launches the punching bag off its chains. The judges are equally impressed by both performances, leading to a tie. To determine the ultimate winner, they decide to settle the score by revisiting the hardcore bench presses, reminiscent of their first day at the gym. Aikmi eagerly steps up for the challenge, completing a set of 10 reps with determination. However, Hibiki struggles to even complete one repetition, weakened by hunger as she hasn't eaten in a while. As a result, Aikmi emerges victorious, claiming the crown and prizes. The squad and other members celebrate the rest of the day with a lively party. As night falls and reaches its zenith, Aikmi sits beside Hibiki and privately confides her mixed feelings about the win. Despite her loss, Hibiki reassures Akemi that she feels blessed to have met her at the gym and to have discovered her true potential. In the end, the two friends make a heartfelt promise to cherish their friendship forever. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing to the channel and stay tuned for more quality uploads.